How often do you go into your parents' bedroom? I obviously don't go into my dad's enough because this is what was hiding there. Mold is always an absolute nightmare to find in your home, but when your space is very cluttered, it's much worse because the stuff needs to be moved first, and if it's got nowhere to go, it's got nowhere to go. But I wanted to get started on this as soon as possible, so Dad moved what he could, and I worked with the space that I had. The first thing I used was hydrogen peroxide. I sprayed it very liberally on the walls. I think I used about 400 mils, and then I left it for about 15 minutes to do its thing. Now, to be honest, I was kind of expecting a bit more from this. The bleaching action I thought would get rid of a lot of the staining. And when I first started scrubbing with an old scrub mummy and it wasn't coming straight off, I was disappointed. But I could see that even though it wasn't coming out perfect, it was coming out a lot better. And I have no idea how long a lot of this has been here, and I don't think Dad does either. The colour of the water was comforting because I knew that that meant I was getting some of it off at least. While I was doing this, I was already thinking of next steps. There were some very heavy things in Dad's room, like an ancient TV that needed to be moved out in order for us to clear this corner, so I needed to enlist my husband and brother-in-law to move these out. And I already knew the products I wanted to use next to try and make another dent in all of this staining and potentially live mould. I also know that once the walls have dried out, the area needs to be sanded down and repainted. Dad is reluctant about damp-proofing paint because it's so expensive, so if anybody knows a good affordable option, please let me know in the comments. But for now, enjoy the colour of this water that shows that I guess I did manage to get something off the walls, and see if you can find the difference in the before and after, or are they in fact exactly the same? Stay tuned for part 2 when I'm able to make a little bit more of a difference.